Security, no doubt about it, is a big deal. Eddie Chalita, a Washington, D.C. area resident, knows a little bit about it. You're pursuing an acting career, but you're also educating people about cybersecurity. Thanks for coming in.
Yes, well, I'm glad to be here.
So you said social media really is a big concern these days. That's sort of where it's all going?
Yes, a lot of people post their information, where they're going every day. So it could be anywhere from Facebook to MySpace, even on Twitter. Let's say I'm leaving my house to go to some place, and I typed it in. Somebody will go and see I'm not home, and that will give an opportunity for somebody, to invade your property, which is not a good idea, obviously.
Do you think it's a matter of not giving out so much information, or maybe choosing your friends a little more selectively?
Just to be careful, in case your account was hacked, for instance, and somebody's pretending to be your friend and access your friends list online. They can maybe ask, your other friends, their personal information too. So just put the minimum information online, so in case something happened, your information is not all over the world accessed by cyber criminals.
We've all learned at this point, don't throw your bank account away in the trash. You've got to shred it. But what don't we know about cybersecurity? What are we doing wrong?
Well, for instance, as a normal average user, for instance, you always have to hide your information from people to access it online. For instance, shredding is a good idea. Not putting your personal itinerary online, or your trip you're going to take on Christmas, for example. Something happened, I remember, a couple of years ago in LA when a few actors were tweeting, and they said they were leaving their homes. And a group of young kids, they were invading their homes and stealing their properties.
Wow.
And something like that, you have to be careful. For instance, Skype, a lot of people use it. Well, there's some weakness right now that people can just hijack that account and use your credit card that you have on your account to make long-distance calls. They can access also your friend list on the Skype account and pretend it's you talking to your friends, and they take their own information too. So just not to be paranoid, but just to be careful, thinking that there's weaknesses in all these social media that people can use against you.
It's hard, though. We were just chatting, and we ran a story last week about a woman who said, I'm going to a concert, and then her house was cleaned out by the time she got home.
Yes.
So is it a matter of, just really being cautious about what you're saying?
Yes, and a lot of these handheld devices these days, they have these geolocation application on them.
Yes.
Not to mention per se a device, but most of them have it. So don't activate it unless you know for sure that's your friend, because I can see exactly where you are right now. If somebody wants to find you, well, that's a good way to do it. So just be careful again, and I provided a link at the end of the show, but there's a lot of tips for parents and kids, what to do, what not to do. Just the parents have to be careful that their kids not providing their, for example, picture or meeting somebody they chatted with online. Tips like that, for example, have your PC in a room where the parents can monitor and see what's going on. A lot of kids nowadays are careful, but just in case,
Okay, and that link that's icac.mdsp.org. Okay, we'll put that online for you. And then really quickly before we go, how'd you get from teaching about cybersecurity to being an actor? That's sort of interesting.
Well, right now I'm working with one of a major cybersecurity leader, CSC, and we're working at the cybercrime, which we teach all the government agents how to be up to date on the latest and greatest. But before that, I was, and I'm still doing this part-time, acting and dialect coaching, French or other languages that I know, and just do it when I have time in different movies, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, you've certainly had a very interesting career, and it seems like it's just getting started.
Well, yes, and I'm just waiting for the other movie to come along, hopefully, and you'll see me more in different movies. Last one I was with Russell Crowe and DiCaprio on Body of Lies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's on DVD right now.
Doesn't get much bigger than that.
Yeah.
And then if people want to learn more about you as an actor, eChalita.com, correct?
Yes, exactly.
All right, Eddie, great to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jamie, we have a star in the studio.
How about that, huh? All right.